To literally no one's surprise ever, I am neurodivergent. I know, the non-binary anime YouTuber whose manic tirades about her special interest is neurodivergent. What has this world come to? I know that y'all are deeply shocked and surprised by this news, almost as much as I was. It was honestly an insanely cruel joke that I didn't learn that I was neurodivergent until my 30s. Somehow the hyperfixations on singing and frogs and anime and Lord of the Rings and music production and learning Japanese wasn't enough to tip me off until now. Shout out to all of my autistic besties who peer-reviewed me enough until I finally got tested myself. Learning this massive component about myself led to a major life shift, which has rewritten how I not only interact with the world, but also with myself. It's also affected how I watch anime in that I can now clock all of the other neurodivergent characters who graciously make up my screen. There are so many anime characters who, after watching them, it clicked that, yup, they are one of us. Now, this is not a video where I will be debating whether these characters are neurodivergent or not. I've already made up my mind that they are. Now, of course, these are fictional characters. I am in no way licensed to make these calls. This is just simply what I think they might be. If you don't like this, you can go ahead and make your own video with your own fake diagnoses and blah, 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 blah. You guys know the drill. So today, let's celebrate all of my favorites and give them their time to shine. Now, I've broken this down character by character, where I'll be dissecting what I personally relate to and why they as a character make me so goddamn happy. So with all that being said, let's get into it. First off, we have our dynamic duo, and honestly, just the entire bulk of the cast from Haikyuu. I loved this series for a long ass time, but when I rewatched it this last time, I immediately clocked Hinata and Kageyama as being autistic. Hinata is an endless ball of energy who is literally bouncing off the walls and has a laser-focused hyperfixation on volleyball. At first I thought ADHD, but the more I watched, the more I'm kind of leaning towards ADHD instead. Kageyama's similar hyperfixation with volleyball, as well as his strict systems that help him navigate the world and his complete disregard for following social cues, read as autism to me. When it comes to his brusque and sometimes hurtful demeanor, it's not that he's trying to be an asshole, it's just that people's actions violate the systems that he has set up, so he lashes out because he cannot comprehend that people would not also act accordingly. That is why he and Hinata clash so hard, because Hinata is a wild card and Kageyama cannot fathom why he is acting so recklessly. But that also becomes one of the reasons why they are so good for each other. Because Kageyama can have really big emotions about Hinata, who in turn will react badly. But Hinata also has moments where he's able to understand that it's not personal, and he's able to in turn validate him. Kageyama is also able to unintentionally encourage Hinata to create new structures and systems that end up helping strengthen him as a player. I also got heavy Tism vibes from Aone from Date Tech and Ushijima from Shia Torizawa. I could keep on going because I feel like at least 70% of this whole cast is neurodivergent as hell, and it's one of the many reasons why this is one of my all-time favorite shows. They say that inside of you are two wolves, but in me, there are these three neurodivergent gremlins from Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. Isakasa is the most obvious neurodivergent representation, whose art hyperfixation, disregard for social norms, larger-than-life expressions, and vivid imagination was a dead giveaway for autism. Her best friend, Sayaka Kanamori, is one of those business hyperfixation-driven neurodivergent type, whose intimidating presence and aggression are all means to an end. She's not actually mean. She just has shit to do and bitches be moving too goddamn slowly. And finally, we have Tsubame Misusaki, who is the hardest to clock in terms of neurodivergence, because she falls into that high-masking perfectionist neurodivergent category. She has worked so hard to curate the perfect image to make everyone around her happy, and it's through meeting the two others that she's finally able to start unmasking and getting to live her true, authentic self. I see myself in all three of them. Isakasa is like me when I'm with my other neurodivergent friends, when I don't have to mask, when I'm talking about all of my favorite special interests, and when I get to just bathe in my true authentic self without judgment. Kanamori is me when I have a dream and goal, and I will relentlessly pursue it until I achieve it. And Misusaki is the perfectionist, put-together version of myself that I've lived as the bulk of my life. Similar to Misusaki, the neurodivergence is clear as day, but just like me, I doubt that she would actually test positive for being autistic. We are just too damn good at masking and have been doing it for far too long to be able to authentically unmask enough to show up for a traditional test. Plus, they also don't know how to test for it in women and femme-presenting people and AFAB people, but that's a whole other side quest. Either way, I love all three of them so much, and I've never felt so represented when it comes to creative types showing up as their truest, authentic selves. Up next, we have Mao Mao, because obviously we have Mao Mao. She is like a shining beacon of autism in the most genuine and beautiful way. Homegirl has her one hyperfixation, and God help you if you get in her way. She could not care less about what's happening around the castle and is constantly annoyed and exasperated that she keeps getting interrupted to clean up everybody else's messes. Her blunt honesty and systems for how she navigates the world were a dead giveaway for me. She only masks high to avoid attracting extra attention, but when she's allowed to flourish in her element, you get to see her true unbridled joy. I love Mao Mao so much, and she's honestly one of my all-time favorite female anime characters, and one of the best depictions of neurodivergency I have ever seen in anime. This part's got some spoilers if you haven't seen the whole first season, so skip to here if you don't want to hear about this character here. So I loved the representation that they did with her dad, especially when it came to how his autism presented itself when it came to recognizing faces and the automatic blocks his brain set in place. We don't get to see a lot of autistic father-daughter representations in anime, so this one made me unbelievably happy. It's honestly a shame that Mao Mao is so locked into her systems, which have labeled her father as a hassle, and one that she's just not trying to humor. You can see just how much he wants to connect with her, but just like him, she is stubborn as fuck and not trying to disturb her world more than it already has been, which, fair. One of the lesser talked about female neurodivergent characters is Ana Yamada from Dangers in My Heart. I feel like when it comes to female neurodivergent characters, they can sometimes look very stereotypically neurodivergent or frumpy, so it is always nice to see characters who are conventionally attractive and neurotypical passing, which is what you would think of at first glance when it comes to Yamada. But as soon as she opened her mouth, I was like, yup, homegirl is one of us. Yes, there are some stereotypical neurodivergent traits that I clocked, but with Yamada, it was more about the vibes that I got from her. I still can't tell where exactly she fits, but I'm leaning more towards ADHD. The absolute joy that radiates from her is palpable, and she lit up the screen every time she was on it. If you haven't watched it, I cannot recommend this puppy enough. It is so refreshing to see a teenage romance where they are written and actually act like real-ass teenagers. What a fucking concept. Mob from Mob Psycho 100 is our neurodivergent best boy who we just want to protect at all costs. Which is hilarious because he is so insanely overpowered that he would definitely not need our help. But I would still lay down my life for this precious boy and destroy anyone who fucks with him. He's just a goofy little guy trying to live a normal life and talk to the girl he likes. It's not his fault that the world keeps throwing the craziest bullshit his way. His mentor Reagan is also neurodivergent as hell, but he's one of those successful high-masking neurodivergent types who has turned his special interest into a seemingly successful livelihood. It takes a special brand of superhuman confidence to fake success so hard that you're able to run a business, mostly not into the ground. Absolutely love that these two have each other, even through all of the bullshit that they are dragged through. Gigi from Dandadan is one of my favorite characters from recent memory, and it absolutely broke my heart all the way apart when I saw how much backlash he got from the first season of Dandadan. Let my man live his best chaotic self, god damn it. He started to get a little bit more love in the second season, but it is not enough, god damn it. Gigi definitely reads as ADHD, possibly ADHD, but like so many on this list, his good looks and general social clues fluency helps him mask as neurotypical. One of the reasons why I love Gigi so much is that he is 1000% his true authentic self. He does not give a flying fuck that his references are at least 15 years old. He doesn't care that he's the cringiest guy in school. He acts in the way that brings himself the most joy, and you get to really see that side of him flourish as his true self is celebrated by his new friend circle. He truly does embody that saying of social anxiety is scared of him. May we all learn to be as confident and true to ourselves as Gigi. Miyu Suzuki from You and I Are Polar Opposites is my favorite character of 2026. I have been so insanely busy being in Japan that in the most stacked season of anime this decade, I literally haven't kept up with any of it other than this one and Journal of Witch. I refuse to fall off of this one because Miyu is an absolute gem and I see so much of myself in her. Her unbridled joy over her special interests, her fidget stemming, her anxiety spiraling, her larger-than-life personality and then larger-than-life overthinking, and our joint love for Kenjiro Suda. It was literally like looking into a goddamn mirror. Her friend circle is also one of the largest collections of neurodivergent besties that I've seen since Haikyuu. It's like the age-old adage, the autistics always find each other. It makes me so happy that someone like her is able to celebrate all of the aspects of her personality that make her shine thanks to her supportive friends, family, and partner. Her romantic relationship is also so good because of their opposite ends of the spectrum characteristics. They are able to complement each other, and as their relationship grows, they're also able to help validate and cherish each other. This anime isn't even over, and I can already tell that I'm going to be showing this to all of my neurodivergent besties so that we can share the same level of joy. Delicious in Dungeon is chock full of tism. Between Leos and Senshi alone, I was like, okay, this is some representation. Add in Leos' sister Fallen and you've got a whole ass party. I loved how chaotic yet methodical this show is in its presentation. It was honestly beautiful watching Leos and Senshi quickly learn that they speak each other's special interest language. It really reminded me a lot of the friendship in Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. There's just something magical about finding people who not only understand and don't judge your special interest, but celebrate it with you. Although we didn't get a ton of time between Leos and Fallon, the few snippets that we got in the anime show that they also spoke each other's language. This is such a feel-good show, which is not what you would think of when you think of people killing monsters and just straight up making stew out of them. Like, how did they make that wholesome? Makio from Journal of Witch is one of those high-masking adults who's been able to transform their special interest into a career. Even more impressive is that she is a writer. Making a livelihood out of writing is insanely difficult, and having a thriving, wildly popular career is damn near impossible, which makes hers that much more impressive. To be that successful, she's had to lock in and perfect the system that helped her succeed. By focusing on her strengths, embracing the solitude, and solidifying the walls around her, she has been able to build a life for herself. When all of that is challenged, when she suddenly decides to take in her teenage niece, everything she has built is shaken to its very core. Most of the time, she is still able to keep some semblance of maturity and composure, but there are several times when she has a meltdown. However, throughout her years of practice, she quickly recovers and recognizes her faults and apologizes accordingly. She is a prime example of how neurodivergent people are forced to conform in conservative, homogenous societies like those in Japan. She has to hold herself so tightly together, and it's honestly heartbreaking to watch her struggle to keep things together when she deserves to be able to have her breakdown and let her emotions be loud and validated. Journal of Witch is honestly the sleeper hit of 2026, and so far it is my favorite anime of the year, which is an insane statement to make when you realize that this year also has fucking Frieren. It is a beautiful story of grief and found family, and one that I cannot recommend highly enough. There's just something magical about seeing yourself represented in anime. It not only validates yourself, but it gives you community. In a time where things are harder than ever and isolation is at its peak, having a found family and community, even if it's just the anime characters who we see ourselves reflected in, is more important than ever. I know that we're just a parasocial relationship over here, but I truly do mean it when I say this. I am so happy that you exist exactly the way that you are. I love that you have your special interests, those little joys that make you tick, your strong personality and big emotions that are not something to be shamed and minimized. They are the magic that make you shine. And I am so sorry that people and society have made you feel like you're not enough because of them. The same shit has happened to me my entire life, and it is soul crushing, and I am so sorry that you've also had to deal with that. Those people can literally fuck all the way off and just let me know where they are, and I will fucking take care of them. I am so happy that you are you. And I just want you to know that both me and this channel are here for you to be your best and truest authentic self. And with that being said, I am going to head back to my own special interest of being in Japan, which does mean that we are still on a little bit of a break between videos, but I will be back up and running like normal in May. And our next big ranking series hitting just in time for Pride Month, and I can already tell y'all it is going to be fucking unhinged. Thank y'all so much for sticking around, and I'll see all of y'all on the next one.